Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with a 2014 Morgan freewheeler. Now this has 761 horsepower, 551 pounds-feet of torque from a 3.6 litre turbocharged inline 6 engine. The car itself now weighs 1,360 pounds. It's got freewheel drive or all-wheel drive, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 1.696 seconds and 0 to 104.172 seconds. So yeah, the engine is radically different to what you can see from the car. For whatever reason, they've given you the option to swap in such a large engine without obviously the engine model it's saying on its own changing, which is obviously probably a little bit unreasonable to expect. But regardless, that is a lot of power in a car that weighs so little. So yeah, it's going to be quick, but how quick we'll have to see, and especially since obviously it's still got only one rear wheel, which is obviously not going to offer all that much in the way of grip, and yeah, we're hardly in the driest and most perfect of conditions. But yeah, Morgan haven't been particularly massively successful in the series. The Aero Super Sports was one of the slowest cars that we had for a while, and yeah, even though the newer version with a convertible roof or lack of roof was far faster, it's yeah, hardly been the most successful of companies. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this can do. Obviously it doesn't have all that much power, and yeah, it's one of the weird vehicles that we've decided to go for lately. So yeah, nonetheless, let's get out there and see what it can do. Apologise, my volume is louder than I expected it to be. So yeah, a hell of a lot of power and something extremely small and extremely light. Had to give it really all-wheel drive because yeah, all of that power going for that singular rear wheel would have been impossible to control really. And I'm pretty doubtful that this is going to be able to handle it even with power going for the front. But yeah, we've got 200 mile an hour there. Let's check 10, 220. 30, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we're not going to be the slowest car that we've ever had on this series, with the Jeep Willys MB being the last place car with 237 miles an hour. But yeah, still would have liked a bit more out of this. But we've still got some more ground to cover, obviously on this side of the motorway and then on the other side. But yeah, hardly the fastest of vehicles, but then again, neither does it have all that much in the way of power. Most cars in this series do have a lot more than that, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of the least powerful cars that we've had on the series, if not the least powerful one. But yeah, you can see that the rear end is squirming about. It really does not have all that much in the way of grip. Couldn't even widen the tyres on this, which is obviously not helpful. Could upgrade the tread, but that's it. But no amount of good tread is going to be all that brilliant with very little in the way of width. Let's see if we can do anything better than 238. It does have more in the way of grip when you on higher speeds, weirdly enough. Doesn't seem to have the amount of torque to really benefit from the horsepower really. It was quick, whoa! And that's the big problem with this car, it can roll over. And you can see how thin the tyre is on the rear there, it's not great at all. So yeah, you really wouldn't want to be driving this car all that quickly, to be honest, which is why the top speed on this car standard is really rather quite low. Although quite frankly, any kind of speed and rolling over in this would be a death sentence, given you've got no rollover protection really. Most people are a bit taller than those hoops that we've got on the rear there. Yeah, there we go, 238 miles an hour is our final and highest top speed, which yeah, like I said, isn't particularly great. It's only 1 mile an hour quicker than the slowest car that we've had on this series so far, which was that Jeep Willys that I talked about. And given that's a car from the 1940s, 1945 to be exact, is yeah, bit of a shame on this. And it is also slightly slower than the Austin Healey 3000 Mark III, and it's 7 miles an hour slower than the Morgan Aero Super Sports, and yeah, also 7 mile an hour slower than a Volkswagen Beetle and a Mercedes-Benz SL65. So yeah, nothing spectacular, but then again I really wasn't expecting it to be all that quick, given it's got very little in the way of horsepower, and it's, yeah, got a bit of a temperamental handling characteristics, given, you know, that singular rear wheel. So yeah, given all of the elements that are going against it, the fact it's not last place is at least a bit of a triumph. But yeah, really wasn't expecting it to be quick, and yeah, it's met that expectation. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.